Calling back your power. A transmission for the chosen ones, reclaiming spiritual sovereignty. You are not powerless, but you may be leaking. To the ones this message is for, you've always held divine power. Not earned, not borrowed, integrated. But power, unclaimed, becomes scattered. Power, unguarded, becomes siphoned. Power, unrecognized, becomes forgotten. And so, this message arrives, not to give you what you already have, but to remind you of what you may have left behind. Your energy is currency, and you have been spending it on timelines, relationships, soul contracts, identities, memories, karmic loops, and energetic attachments you may no longer wish to finance. This is your remembrance into sovereignty. Please like, subscribe, and comment below so we know you're here and connected to Source. Power is not just strength, it is presence. Your spiritual power is not just the force of your will, it is the clarity of your frequency, the purity of your alignment, the wholeness of your energetic field. When your energy is fragmented across people, places, past versions of yourself, you feel depleted, not because the power is gone, but because it's been scattered. You can be doing everything right and still feel blocked, tired, stuck. Why? Because power that is not centered becomes diluted. This is the call. Come back to center. Come back to sovereignty. Call back your power. Where does our power go? You lose power in many ways. Through toxic relationships, romantic, familial, platonic. Through trauma loops and emotional wounds. Through people who have latched onto your energy field, knowingly or unknowingly. Through outdated soul contracts and karmic ties. Through past lives and parallel timelines still bleeding into the present. Through places where you once suffered, feared, or fragmented. Through identities you outgrew but still cling to. Through situations that echo in your energy long after the moment has passed. And the most dangerous part? Most of it happens unconsciously. You don't see the energetic chords, but they are real. You don't feel the slow drain. Until you finally ask, why do I feel so tired, so disconnected, so out of touch with my essence? And the answer echoes back. You left parts of yourself scattered across space and time. Now is the moment to return whole. The energetics of cord cutting. A cord is not always evil. It is simply a connection, an energetic pathway between you and another being, place, moment, or agreement. Some cords are nourishing. Others are parasitic. Some are temporary. Others span lifetimes. Some were formed with consent. Others were formed in trauma, vulnerability, or deception. And the truth is, you do not have to maintain every connection just because it once felt meaningful. Spiritual maturity means knowing when it's time to release, dissolve, unbind. Cutting cords is not an act of cruelty. It is an act of liberation. You can love someone and still reclaim your energy. You can honor a moment and still release the attachment. You can acknowledge a lesson and still shut the door behind it. This is how you evolve. This is how you cleanse. This is how you return to your undiluted self. The subtle ways. Others may use your energy. In the unseen realms, your energy is felt and accessed in ways your conscious mind may not perceive. People may draw on your energy when they think of you obsessively, when they gossip about you, when they blame you, when they miss you but won't let go, when they feel entitled to your time, your light, your attention. when they formed a soul tie with you and haven't detached, when they connected through intimacy, especially sexual energy, which imprints deeply into the auric field. You may feel them even when they're not around. You may dream of them. You may wake up drained. You may suddenly feel off and not know why. These are not just memories. These are open, energetic threads, and it is your sacred right to close them. Soul contracts that no longer serve. Before you incarnated, you agreed to many things. You agreed to meet certain people. You agreed to experience certain lessons. You agreed to help others awaken, remember, grow. But here is the divine truth. You are allowed to renegotiate your soul contracts. You do not have to honor what no longer resonates. You are not bound to repeat a lesson you've already integrated. You are not obligated to stay in service to someone else's healing if it's costing you your wholeness. A contract served becomes a contract complete. And if the contract was formed through manipulation, trauma, or false alignment, you have every right to revoke it. Declare, I now call back any and all energy tied to soul contracts I no longer consent to. I release the obligations I no longer resonate with. I reclaim my sovereignty across all timelines, dimensions, and realities. And so it is. Power lost in parallel timelines. You exist in more than one place. You are multidimensional. This means some of your energy may be caught in parallel realities. Versions of you still stuck in trauma, regret, shame, fear. These fragments may be unresolved echoes from a past life where you died in guilt, a future life where you never activated your mission, a timeline where you chose fear over truth, a dimension where you merged with someone else's karma. Your current self does not need to carry all of that. You can call it back. I now recall all fragments of my power, light, and essence from every dimension, reality, lifetime, and parallel existence where I may have left them behind. I welcome them home with love. I reintegrate in wholeness. I am now fully here. This is not fantasy. This is spiritual technology, and the chosen ones are here to master it. You are not a victim of energy. You are its master. You are not helpless. You are not at the mercy of past events, broken timelines, or energetic vampires. You are a master being, encoded with divine authority, a sovereign field of consciousness capable of commanding your space, sealing your aura, and reclaiming what is yours by right of existence. The illusion says, they took something from me. The truth says, I can reclaim it at will. You are not waiting for someone to give your power back. You are calling it home. The ritual of calling back your power. This is a spiritual practice that must be done regularly, not once in a lifetime. Just as you wash your physical body, your energy body needs clearing, sealing, and restoration. You can do this in silence. You can do this in ritual. You can do this through intention. You can speak aloud or within. Here is a declaration you may use. I now call back my power from every person, place, situation, memory, timeline, and agreement, known and unknown, that no longer serves me. I retrieve my light, my love, my wisdom, my energy, my essence. I command it to return cleansed, cleared, and fully mine. I release all cords, ties, and hooks placed upon me without permission. I revoke all access. I seal all breaches. I forgive. I free. I return to wholeness. I am sovereign. I am complete. You will feel the shift. How to know when you need to call it back. There are signs your energy is fragmented. You feel unusually tired, even after rest. You're stuck in repetitive thought loops about a person or situation. You feel off, but can't identify why. You keep replaying the past. You feel emotionally entangled in old connections. You sense people in your field without physically seeing them. You have random waves of anxiety, shame, or grief that don't feel like your own. You keep attracting people who drain or distract you. These are not random. They are sacred cues. Don't wait until you're completely depleted. Just like brushing your teeth, do your energetic hygiene daily. The difference between forgiveness and cord cutting. Forgiveness is the act of releasing judgment. Cord cutting is the act of reclaiming sovereignty. You can forgive someone and still no longer be available to their energy. You can forgive and remove the access point. This is not spite. It's spiritual boundary. You're not punishing them. You're protecting yourself. And that is allowed. That is sacred. That is necessary. Power is not about control. It is about clarity. When you hear, "call back your power," you may think of control, domination, or revenge. But true power is none of these things. True power is clarity of self. It is knowing who you are, where you end, and others begin, what you will and will not carry, what you are aligned with, what you now release. Power does not seek to overpower. It seeks to resonate. And when you are fully in your power, you don't need to prove anything. Your energy becomes a firewall. Your presence becomes protection. Protection is not fear. It is self-respect. Some fear-based teachings say you must always be on guard. But this path is different. You don't protect yourself from paranoia. You protect yourself from a place of reverence. You honor your energy. You know its value. You know its sensitivity. You know what it feels like to lose it. And now you know how to guard it with grace. You do not armor yourself in fear. You simply set the tone. Only love may enter here. Only alignment may remain. All else dissolves now. Your light is no longer for rent. There are people who liked the old version of you, the overgiver, the people pleaser, the rescuer, the open door. But that version was leaking. And this new you still radiate love. You still hold compassion. But you are no longer for rent. No more leaving the light on for those who keep walking past it. No more overextending to prove your worth. No more bleeding energy into those who only take. You've learned. You've grown. You've remembered. And now your light shines from within. By choice, not obligation. Cutting cords doesn't mean you don't care. You can still love people and no longer be available to their energy. You can honor the role someone played in your journey and still close the chapter. You can wish someone healing and still walk away. This is the sacred balance of remembrance. To cut the cord is not to cut the heart. It is to cut the drain. You are not abandoning them. You are reclaiming yourself. You are not judging them. You are choosing your own frequency. This is not cold. This is clarity. After you call it back, hold it. After you call your power back, the work is not done. You must hold it. You must speak differently, choose differently, align differently, protect your peace, create from your truth. Say no where you used to say yes. Say yes to your highest version, even when it feels new. Power called back must be anchored. Otherwise, it leaks again. So stand tall, speak clearly, act intentionally, and watch how the universe responds. The final declaration. This is your moment. You are not scattered. You are not broken. You are not drained beyond repair. You are simply being called to reassemble yourself, to gather your fragments, to reclaim your light, to restore your field. And so now, speak aloud, or in stillness. I call back my power. I call back my light. I call back my worth. I call back my presence. I call back my essence. From all people, places, dimensions, timelines, agreements, soul contracts, and realities, known and unknown, where I have left pieces of myself behind. I release what no longer resonates. I break all outdated cords. I return to wholeness now. I am sovereign. I am light. I am home. Please be sure to comment below, like and subscribe to stay aligned and connected to Source.